I'm good. How are you? Okay, let me see.
I'm good.
Is it
So it's
let's
such
see
a
if it's
pleasure to be on here with you. I know we tried this before and things kind of went crazy, but yeah, hopefully today goes a little bit better. I don't
you.
know. I don't know if you've watched what I've been doing here lately, but I have been starting a book called Stories from Gaza. I know that you guys are tired of telling your stories about like the atrocities and the sad things that are happening every day. So I just want to
Yeah.
kind of get a picture of your background and your humanity, and I would love for you to be a part of this book. I'm so glad that you agreed to do this. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to learn how to say your name. Let me know if I got it. Kata. Is that
Yeah.
better?
That's yeah, yeah. You did it. You did it.
Kata. Kata.
Yeah, it's like this in Gaza in Arabic.
I'm trying. It's just like it's not a letter in English, so.
No, no, don't worry. I know it's hard for you because the letter Gha it's not exist in English, so don't worry.
Alrighty. So, would you like to introduce yourself to the people that are here already? I'm sure a lot of them already know you.
Okay, of course. First, I thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you. It's my pleasure, you know that, and we love you, Justin. Okay, so first, I'm Ghada. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Gaza, Palestine. Specifically, I'm from Gaza City, like I mean the north of Gaza City. I was forced to leave my home on October 13th, so I moved to the south with my family. I evacuated 7 times. Now I'm staying in Deir el Balah in the south of Gaza City. I graduated from the Islamic University of Gaza after I studied English education. And yeah, I worked as an English teacher like for 6 months, but it was awful because I taught kids and I can't deal with kids. So yeah,
So
I gave up actually.
you're already answering my questions before I even ask. But you're good. No, it's good.
No, I don't want kids anymore.
Y'all. Okay, so you're 26 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Well, I guess we will go ahead and get started with the questions. I start out with like your early life and your family background, if that's okay. So, do you know what hospital you were born in?
Yeah, El
Oh,
Shifa
Shifa.
Hospital.
So you're the third
Yeah.
person.
And yeah,
Everybody so far has
because
been.
it's close to my home. It's
Yeah.
very close to our home. And you know, it's like the largest hospital in Gaza. It's in the Gaza, like Gaza City. So because of that, most of us actually were born in this hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one person that didn't know where they were born, but they thought that it was El Shifa. So, yeah, I didn't know that it was the largest hospital in Gaza. So,
Yeah.
alrighty. What memories do you have of your childhood home?
Childhood home
Your
from
home.
my child.
Yeah.
Um, of course, I have a lot of memories, you know, but you know, okay, maybe I want to tell you something. What I love the most here in Palestine is totally different, like than US or any country around the world. Like we stay together. I mean, like my family. After, like you know, for example, I'm 26, but I'm still with my family. I can't leave them until I get married. And for example, my older brother, he's like 31 years old and he's still single, you know, but he's still with us. So it's not acceptable to leave your like your family and to stay like individual, like. In at home like by yourself. So it's not acceptable. So I love my family very much. I really appreciate them, and of course I have a lot of memories, but I can't remember. I don't know if I want to
Nothing.
share something because
You're good.
I have a lot of maybe.
Yeah, you're fine. So you said you had like a like all of your family lived together. what would you describe like your relationships with your family? Did you like how many brothers and sisters did you have?
I have three brothers and one sister. I'm number four. I was the youngest. But suddenly when I was 17 years old, there was a surprise happened and my mom got pregnant and I have now my little brother. So we have like age difference, 17 years old. Try to imagine I'm 26 years old, he's 9 years old. So he's like my son actually.
Yeah, after I was an adult, my mom adopted a child. She just turned 13 and I'm 36. So, yeah, big age difference between me and my little sister, too. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So, did you have good relationship with like your siblings?
Yeah, actually, they are like everything for me. I said it before. For example, we are, to be honest, in Gaza, we are not afraid of death. I want to tell you something. For example, we have a verse in our Holy Quran. We said to Allah we return. Like to Allah we will return. One day we will return to Him. So because of that, we are strong and patient. So we don't care about death. I'm not afraid of death, to be honest, but I don't want to lose any one of my family members because they are everything for me. Everything. I have three brothers and one sister. Like my sister, she's married, and actually, 4 months ago, she traveled with her husband to Egypt with their children. And I'm here living with my dad, mom, three brothers, and like my older brother, he's married and he has two children. I have two nieces, and yeah, I live here with my family, so they are everything for me. Everything.
Oh, okay. You said that you're in Darabella. Is that the same? So they were recently told to evacuate, though, right? But there was no place to go. Um,
Yeah.
so are you in a place that's considered unsafe right now?
Okay, I want to tell you. Like, I think 10 days ago, they released a map for evacuation map for us to leave like this block. And actually, to
Right.
be honest, it was awesome because I told you I was in Rafah to Khan Yunis. So I evacuated many times. So we don't have it places because they are now everywhere. They are in Khan Yunis and in Rafah. So we still have Deir el Balah.
Yeah.
So actually, my family and I were like, to be honest, were very scared because it's dangerous. You know what's the meaning of dangerous? So they want to enter here by their tanks, they airstrike shells and everything, guns. So maybe we will lose our lives. So actually, I went with my family to. We went like just one night, and we were very close to the beach. And try to imagine because we called all of our relatives and all of our friends. We didn't find any place, so we stayed in our cars. We have our cars with us, so we stayed the night in our car. After that, try to imagine because it's hard situation. We have three kids with us, and my family, like my dad, he's suffering from diabetes, and yeah, so we can't stay in the street, of course. So we decided we want to return, even if it's a dangerous zone, and we want that we may die. So we decided that we want to die, but we don't want to stay in the beach, in the on the street.
Okay.
So yeah, so we returned to the same place. It was awful. I thought it would be the last days of my lives because the 3 days they destroyed everything, actually everything around us. But after that, they released another no, not evacuation. They released a map and told us it's a safe area. Until now, it's not a safe. Like yesterday, I don't know if you see it or not. They destroyed at 3 a.m. Al-Aqsa Martyr Hospital, which is I'm very close to this hospital, so it's not safe at all. But
No.
yeah, but at least they are not by their tanks here. So this is the only difference.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's no safe places, but I know, yeah, we don't even need to get into that. We all know the truth now. Okay. What were your parents' jobs and how did they influence you?
Okay. My dad owns a company for perfumes, makeup, and cosmetics. And he started like his company. He built his company maybe in 1984. And yes, my dad he's now like 62 years old. So it's a family business. It's for my dad, my brothers, and I work with my dad in the makeup section. So yes, my dad owns a company, and it's one of the largest companies in Gaza. It's well known, but unfortunately, we lose everything actually now.
Yeah. So did that have an influence on what you did with your life?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So did your mom basically stay and take care of you guys, take care of the children and family?
Yes. My
Yeah.
mom's actually didn't work. Like she's yeah.
Yeah, that's normal here too. A lot of the time we can, my wife stays at home and I work. Well, I did work until I lost my job, but
Sorry for that. I'm sorry.
don't be sorry. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. Um, Alrighty. Are there any family traditions that you used to do that you miss?
Okay,
Like,
our
yes,
yeah.
yes,
I want to tell you, for my last name called the Skaik, and it's well known in Gaza. Like it's one of the largest names here in Gaza. Okay, so I have a big family to be honest. So for example, I have 7 aunts and 2 uncles. So it's a huge family. So try to imagine maybe I have like maybe 50 cousins. So it's a huge family. So what I love the most, in our occasions, we stay together and we have like we eat our traditional, for example, dishes, and we wear our traditional dress, and yeah. So that's what I love. We have a lot of traditions here in Palestine, and we appreciate these things. I don't know if you know it, like the traditional dress. It's well known for girls here to wear it in our occasions. We
yeah.
wear it in occasions, so we loved it.
Actually, I do know. Hold on. I went to Little Palestine in Chicago. Let me see if I can find the pictures real quick, and I'll show you some of what I've seen. 1 second.
Okay, one
So,
second. I want to share like, and I'll be back. 1 second. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Yeah, yeah. This is like the well-known, the black and red one. It's for Palestine, for Gaza, because we have for different places like Jaffa, Jerusalem, West Bank, but like yes, this one it's for Gaza. Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, I went to. That's when I went. That's actually in Chicago. That's in Chicago in a place called Little Palestine. I almost fell over. But yeah, it was a beautiful place, and I got to learn so much about your culture and your history. Do you know there's 160,000 Palestinians that live in that one city? Um, so
Really?
a lot
Yeah.
of yeah, and they're so nice. Like the thing I said whenever I met all of these Palestinians was like, the only reason they could call you bad people is because you forced me to drink your coffee, you forced me to eat, and then you won't let me pay for it. That's the biggest things here. Like
Yeah,
every every
yeah,
person that I
yeah.
have met from
We drink
Palestine,
coffee all the time. This is
yeah,
like, oh my god.
so, yeah. So
For
like
me,
I've
I don't
always
like
heard all.
coffee, but for my family, they drink it more than 10 times a day. So this is normal in
Yeah,
Gaza. This is normal to drink coffee all the time, all the time.
yeah. Well, I know every shop that I went into, they would have things. They would have like a coffee pot, a really pretty. Hold, I'll have to show you. They had like a really pretty coffee pot. Um, Hold on, I'll show you. I've got pictures. I apologize.
Okay, just take
Um,
1 second, but I want to share with my friends, and I'll be back. I want to send it on WhatsApp, and I'll be back. Just 1 second. Oh, yeah. Yes, we use this thing. We use this. Yeah.
you're
What
good
do you
though.
call it in
You just
English? What do you call it?
coffee pot, coffee pot.
Like, we have it here in Palestine, especially we use it especially in our occasions. For example, we have 2 Eids and we have in Ramadan. So we use it a
Yeah,
lot actually in our occasions. And for example, when guests come to our to visit us, It's like the same. It's about coffee. Our parties, it's about coffee. So it's coffee everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So by the time I left Little Palestine, I was like, so wired up. Uh, so, well, I already kind of asked you. Did you have any pets growing up, like cats or dogs or anything?
No,
No.
actually, but it's my dream to have a cat. But because of my mom, because of her phobia of cats, it's my dream to have a cat.
So you're the second person to tell me that they have people in their family with phobias of cats. That's funny to me. She's scared of them.
Yeah, and
I
she's
mean, it's
scared
not.
and phobia. Yeah, she can't stay in a place and there is a cat in it. And oh my god, no, mom, please.
Alrighty. What kind of hobbies or activities did you enjoy when you were a child?
Yes, before the war, I used to enjoy riding bikes. It was my favorite actually. And because in Gaza we have just one day. It's like our weekend. It's not like US. It's totally different. So in Gaza it's just like a Friday, and because it's a holiday for us as a Muslim. So this is the only weekend we have. So I work with my family. I work like 6 days, and I have just one day off. So in this day, Friday, like I went to this place just to ride a bike, and it's very close to the beach. So I really enjoy biking, right? Riding bikes, and I love learning in new languages. I love languages.
You're so good at English. You have great English, better than mine.
Okay.
My,
I'm trying. I'm trying. Not, but I'm trying.
don't know. I have been trying to learn Arabic. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. Uh, so hard. I can't. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
No, yeah, it's not hard, but because our grammar is totally different, and also because we have like words for male and words for female, so it's totally different than English. For example,
Habibi,
we have
Habibi.
pronounce and like, yeah, it's not like English
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah. So you're Habibi, me Habibti, or other way around.
And no, the opposite. I'm like Habibti and
Oh,
you are Habibi,
oh
so
yeah.
it's like the opposite.
Right. Yeah.
We we
And
put
then,
T for female. Oh, we put T for female
oh, good to know.
at the end.
So, Alti,
TE.
Aki, Aki. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
أختي.
Makes sense. Yeah. Alrighty. Who was your biggest role model when you were growing up?
Can I say one like he's in my life? It's not like from TV or from like, yes, my dad. My dad, he's everything for me. He's like my hero. For me, he's
Yeah.
everything for me. And literally, he's a hero. Try to imagine, to be honest, I want to tell you something. Like, on like December 10th, actually, my grandmother she were with us here. She was with us in Rafah, and she stayed with us for 3 months. But after that, she passed away due to the lack of her medical treatment and the lack of like intensive care in Rafah and all of these things. And after that, try to imagine like my dad lost his mother, and after that he lost all of our warehouses valued $2 million. Try to imagine he lost like our company was partially damaged. At the same time, try to imagine all of these things happened in December, and after that, like we lost two of work buses, and everything happened. And our like I have, for example, I have three houses, one for us and one for my older brother, and the second one. So try to imagine that three houses were partially damaged, and he's still strong. And try to imagine he talked to us, and that's fine. Like I'm grateful because you're still alive. Like my sons and daughters, you're still alive. So I'm grateful. A lot of people lost their children here. So what's the reason to be sad and you're still alive? So he's the
That,
strongest for me, strongest man, to be honest.
that is amazing. So, guys, I just want to let you guys know if you're not, I know we don't have a whole lot of people in here, but if you are here, if you could at least tap the screen to let other people know we're here. If you're not following Ghada, go follow her. And make sure if you want to help her, you can go to her page and find the best way to help her. We're just here just doing a series I'm calling Stories from Gaza. I'm going to turn it into a book with the same title. And it is such a pleasure to be here with her. So thank you guys for being here with me. I'm going to move on along. So what was your favorite thing to do with your family? Like as a whole family?
With my family. I have a lot of things. Maybe food. I love eating food, with them because we shared like I love food actually very much. You can't I love food very much. So try to imagine now I didn't eat my favorite food like since October 7th, but that's fine. And we have a lot of things we can enjoy together. So I told you, for example, on a Friday. So this is what's my favorite food? I have two things for the best. Like burger, of course, this is number one. And we have something called maklouba. I don't know if you heard about it or not. It's a Palestinian dish. Okay, let me write it for you. Maklouba. It's about vegetables. Like we fried potato, eggplant, onion, like tomato, and we put the chicken or meat. After that, rice. And we flipped it upside down. So it's very delicious.
Oh, I see. It looks good. Well, I don't know if you can. Maklouba? Yeah. It looks good. It looks good. So you use eggplant and rice and spaghetti? Is that what it is?
No. It's potato, eggplant, onion, tomato, rice. And meat or chicken.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Sorry, I had never heard of that. So when I went to Little Palestine, my friend made me have falafel and what was the other thing? I can't remember the name of it. I don't know.
What's the? Do you know the ingredients?
So we had the bread called naan, and you take the bread, butter chicken, and it's a what? Yes, that's it. Yeah, so good. I've never tasted anything like that in my life. It was so good. Sorry to talk about food. Makes me feel bad. I didn't even I'm sorry. Sorry. I hope that's not.
Please. Don't feel like that. It's fine. I'm talking to you as a friend. So every day I talk to my friends. We share our food. Blah blah blah. No. Don't feel sorry, please. No, we can live without our favorite food. Don't worry.
Yeah. I know you guys are having to eat chickpeas, and frozen meats, and disgusting things. Sorry.
But that's fine.
Okay. So before all of this happened, was there any did you have to face a lot of hard things in life because of the occupation before the war?
Okay. Yeah. In Gaza, we are suffering. A lot of people know a lot of things about Gaza before the war. So I'm grateful because now, a lot of people speak up and know a lot of things about Palestine, which is weird for us because I lived through 5 wars and no one spoke up about these things. So I want to tell you, for example, about electricity. We're suffering from electricity. Before the war, we used to have it 4 to 6 and sometimes 8 hours a day. That's it. We don't have it. So all of our houses in Gaza, you will find solar panels and solar batteries. So that's how we have electricity in our homes. For example, about borders, we have 2 borders in Gaza. We have first one called Ares. It's from Gaza to Israel, and no one actually allowed to use border, except if you are foreigners, for example, like you, Justin, for example, if you're in Gaza and you want to work in WHO or Doctors Without Borders or things like that. So yes, because you're not from Gaza, you're American, so you're allowed to use it. And for merchant people, that's it. And we have the other one from Gaza to Egypt, which is, I think I don't have words to explain this border. We try to imagine we pay like $1,000 to $3,000 to travel before the war. Try to imagine,
Jeez.
which is a huge number. Try to imagine, for example, we're nine people. If we want to travel just to relax, we want to pay $55,000. Come on. And now,
Yeah.
because of the war, they put it like $5,000 to $10,000. But of course, now they closed it since May, so no one can travel now. But yes, and we're not allowed to travel like the whole year. So, for example, they open it 4 or 5 months, and they closed it 5 months before the war. So we're in open air prison, but no one actually knows these things. About
Uh,
water, it's like the same. From Israel, they controlled us. From food, from products, they controlled us. Like, for example, for me as a person from Gaza, I can't buy a cut like you, Justin. Why? Because they give us their products. So, for example, now I am in war, and they open the border once or twice a month. So they give for us like milk, yogurt, these things. When I want to eat them, or you want to write like to see the stickers, it's in Hebrew because it's from Israel. So we can't buy a cup, for example, in Gaza because we are under occupation. About, for example, currency, we are using the Israeli currency. We don't have our currency. We used to have our currency before like 1948, but of course they forced us to use their currency. So yes, they occupied us from all directions. It's not just about killing us and destroying Gaza.
yeah. What was the name of your currency? Wasn't lira? Lira? Wasn't that the name of your currency? Right.
Taken.
Oh, shekel. Shekel. Yeah. A lira was a coin, right? Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry.
Yeah. No, no, it's not like paper. As dollar, we have both.
Yeah. Alrighty. So now we're going to move into like your education. What was your favorite subject in school?
I have two, to be honest. Like one,
Okay.
English, of course, it was number one, and the second one, history. I love history. So yeah.
Okay. So did they teach English in your schools all the time?
Yeah. In Palestine, it's
Oh, really?
obligation to take English. Yeah, when we turn 4 years old in kindergarten to 12 years old, like to 12th grade, we take English as a subject. But yes, they give us simple things. It's not like English. It's like they give us like
Yeah.
the simple grammar, like things like that. But yeah, we
Yeah.
take English.
Okay. Um, did you, when you were in school, did you like participate in any sports or clubs or anything like that?
Okay. Actually, the only thing that we have in our schools is basketball. Unfortunately, we don't have, for example, music. These things. I don't know why we don't have these things in our school. So maybe it's just about basketball. I used to love basketball. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So after graduating high school, you said you went on to university. What university did you attend?
Yeah. I studied in the Islamic University of Gaza. Islamic University of
And
Gaza.
to become a teacher?
I actually I told you I worked 6 months as a teacher, but I didn't enjoy it. So no, I don't want to teach anymore. No,
So if you got the chance
no,
back to do
no
something
kids.
else, what would you want to do?
What?
What
Can
would
you
you
say it
want to
again? I did
do?
not hear you. Like, I didn't.
I think we have a delay, but I was asking, what would you want to do if you have a chance to work again?
I don't know. Maybe I don't want to choose kids. maybe I want to choose 10 to maybe fifth or sixth grade, maybe, because I think they understand what I want to say, for example, and they have a lot of questions to ask, you know. I love this age when you turn like 10 to 11 because you want to know more about, for example, language, about religion, about like family, about, you know, I think we're curious in this age, in my opinion. I don't think.
Yeah, yeah. I have 5 kids. All of them are 10 and under. I have 2, 3, 5, 7, 10. That's their ages. So crazy.
MashaAllah. God bless.
um, um, sorry, I was like, do you have any like life mottos or philosophies that you like to live by? Like anything, like a quote or something that is important to you?
Like codes. Um,
Uh,
uh, I don't know. You know, I have two things that I love. One, like, one is from Quran, okay, and the second one is from it's a poet. It's a poem from Palestinian poet. So one, it's like we called it. I loved it very much. Like, a life is worth living. Life is worth living as a Palestinian, and this is from a poet, a Palestinian poet called Mahmoud Darwish. So it's life worth like living. And the other one I told you about it, it's like to Allah we belong and to Him we will return. So I loved it actually, and this is my faith actually. So that's why sometimes when I feel like sad or I wanna cry or things like that, I remember it's not my choice if I want to live or I want to die. Of course, it's something from God. So yeah. So these are both
oh,
I love.
I agree completely. I went and found that poem so I could go look at it later. Um, so, what do you believe that your purpose in life is?
Okay. So, oh my God, it's like a deep question. Yes, it's a deep question. You know, I want to tell you, as a Muslim, actually, as a Muslim, we believe like God actually create us here for a purpose. So it's not just about like enjoying life, like just not just about like party, dancing, drinking, like these, all of these things. Of course, we can do all of these things, also we are here because we want to like to educate people, for example, like for example, what's the reason to have doctors, architects, teachers, and what's the reason not all of us we are, for example, doctors, because we can't live, you know, can you live with a society all of them they are doctors and there is no teachers, for example? Of course not. So I believe that all of us we like God created us for a reason, for a purpose. And for example, yeah, that's it. That's how I believe. Like we have a purpose for this life, you know.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to answer that one too, just because I think that up until this point in my life, I was lost. I have been to college to do 2 or 3 different things, couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, but this is my purpose. Like, I can feel it. God put it in my heart. He opened the door to this. This is my purpose. Like, I don't know where it's going to lead me. I'm very poor, but so far it's led me to all over the place because of TikTok. And I'm kind of shy in real life. I don't like to talk to people. I don't like to see myself on camera. I don't like the sound of my voice. You know what I mean? And God has definitely gave me this purpose. I don't understand, but I know that
Yeah,
that's my purpose. So, yeah,
yeah.
and I
You're
feel like,
right. You're right. And for example, about Palestine here. Okay, we are, you know, we are depressed, we are tired, we are exhausted, drained, and all of these words. But you know, we believe that this war happened for a reason, and we know it. You know what? Maybe we want to return to our homelands. Well, okay, for example, for me, I'm originally from Gaza, so I want to stay here forever, even if Palestine will be free. But I mean, a lot of people, we have a lot of refugees people in Gaza, in Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria. They are Palestinian people. So this war happened for a reason, and we want to live because we want to return to our normal lives as any human being in this earth. So I think it's not, for example, what's the reason to have electricity, for example, 6 hours, and for example, in US that you have it, for example, 20 hours, 24 hours. So all of us were like the same. What's the reason that I can't boycott because they give me their products? They forced me to use these things, you know. So we believe that everything happened for a reason in this life. Everything.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Um, is your religion very important to you? Your spirituality, is it very important to you still?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it very much. Like, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I love it actually. And you know what? Yesterday, one of my friends asked me, like, for example, if you were born not a Muslim, for example, do you want to choose to be a Muslim? I told them like for me, definitely, I want to choose to be a Muslim. I'm proud of it. I'm proud. Of course, I didn't choose to be a Muslim because my dad is a Muslim. So when I was born, I was like my dad. So I'm a Muslim. But actually, yes, because you know what? I want to tell you something. Before the war, like a lot of people thought that we are terrorist people, we are not like good people, and you know all of these things because of like propaganda, because of brainwashed and blah 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 about like Muslim peoples. But now Palestine opened eyes about everything, literally everything, and when we want to thank Palestine for this thing. You know, a lot of people ask me now about my religion, and I'm proud of like to talk about it. Of course, and if you want, like a lot of people ask me questions, they are curious to know more about Islam, which is oh my god, this is the first time. You know, I want to tell you something. I don't know if you know it or not, but in our Holy Quran, we have a lot of verses about like Judaism and Christianity, and we believe in Jesus, Prophet Jesus, and Prophet Moses, as we believe in the Prophet Muhammad, and we respect them. And you know, when I was a child, they taught us a lot of things in our schools about like Judaism and Christianity. So I know a lot of things about, for example, your religion, but a lot of people don't know anything about my religion because they thought that we are not good people. But come on, people. So yeah, I'm glad now, to be honest.
Yes. Well, I am so glad that you brought that up because I was going to bring it up. Since October, when I started waking up, I have actually been learning a lot about your religion, and I learned about Musa and Isa, and the same characters. We're all of the Abrahamic religions, and like I think that certain religions trying to use their religion as a weapon has caused a lot of problems in this world. And like the propaganda machine that has turned you guys into keywords, it's gone now. Like we don't believe it anymore. And we have realized that there's so many similarities in their religions that they can't trick us anymore. At least the people who's on here, it's gone. Their lies
Yeah.
are open. Yeah, so
Yes, yes.
okay.
As I told you, like I'm very glad. Like I talk to different people, and they're curious to know more about Islam, which is oh my god. To be honest, before the war, it was like hard for us to speak about it because sometimes when I want to speak about it, like people will like tell me, please shut up because I don't want. I'm not interested to know about your religion. So now, a lot of people know, they want to know about it. For example, a lot of people, like before the war, they told us, oh my God, you're like old people, like from like the Stone Age, because you did not like eat pork or you did not drink or you're wearing hijab or you're wearing modesty like clothes and things like that. But I'm proud of all of these things. But also, I want to tell you something. I want to mention something that it's very important. For our religion, we respect all people. I didn't ask you about your religion, Justin, because I'm not here to judge you, and I'm not. It's not my business. So, for example, I have a lot of people. They're like a lot of friends. They are Christian or Jewish or Jew or, for example, Jews or they are atheists. And I don't care. I talk to you. I talk to them as a human being. So we are people, like I'm person to person. So because of that, and a lot of people think that no, we are biased just Islam and things like that. Of course not. We live here in Gaza like Christian and Muslim people, and we are very like close to each other. You know, we have. Do you know that we have in like in our religion a month called Islam, called sorry Ramadan, and we fast like 30 days in this month. Okay, a lot of people, my friends, like here, I have a lot of like Christian people. They fast with us. Try to imagine, and for them, it's not obligation. For example, for us, we try to celebrate with them in the Christmas day and they like in their occasions, and we talk to them. You know, one of my favorite friends actually, she's my best friend. She's Christian, but like unfortunately, she's stuck in the north. So yeah,
No, actually, I was going to bring all of that up if you didn't. I have also heard that when the mosques were destroyed during the war, that some of the Christian churches would allow the Muslims to come there and do their worship and their stuff like that. And the other way around, the mosque will allow Christians to come and worship with them if they need to. That's what I've heard from other people, just because you guys are like this, and when things around you are destroyed, you guys help each other instead of go against each other. So I think that's beautiful, and I think that's important for the world to understand.
yeah. You know, I want to tell you something. Like my dad's friend, he's a Christian. Okay, his best friend. Okay, he's a Christian. So because my dad is a merchant, so of course, like my dad, he's able to take the permission to go to Israel, to go to Jerusalem, and like the whole year, it's acceptable for him because he's a merchant. So, for example, when my dad and okay, they allow the Christian people to go to Jerusalem in their occasions. They give them the permission. So, for example, in their occasions, my dad traveled like with his like best friend to Jerusalem. You know, and for example, when he traveled with him, like his friend, he did not drink or he did not eat pork because of my dad. But my dad told him, "No, you can't do all of these things in front of me. Don't worry, I don't want to eat these things, but you can do it." But why? Because he wants to respect my dad, and we really appreciate these things. So yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Okay. How do you handle stress and anxiety? I guess this was kind of meant for earlier, but how do you normally handle it?
I want to tell you something. To be honest, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. You know why? Because sometimes I discovered something. Sometimes I'm like suffering from panic attacks because of the war, of course. But yeah, that's normal. I think that's normal for a person in my situation. So yeah, I'm trying to ignore. Like to be honest, I'm trying to ignore my feelings. Sometimes I'm trying, for example, to do anything because I don't want to focus on my feelings. I'm trying, for example, to talk to my friends. I have a lot of friends now. So I try, like I have three friends, like best friends here, and they are from US, two from US and one from like UK. I'm trying to talk to them, even like records, like call messages or video call, anything. I'm trying to, for example, to talk with my family. But I didn't mention that I'm suffering from panic attacks to my family because they are not good. They are like us, like me. All of us, we're suffering from these things here. I'm trying to be honest to read Quran, for example, to pray, like to pray more, for example, to ask God and like I'm tired. I'm tired. I feel like I will die because of my heart. So I'm trying to do anything to be because I don't want to focus on my feelings. So yes, that's what I can do. And I forgot something. I live here with my family, so I have my two nieces. Okay, one of them was born on November 1st, and she's now like 10 months old. Okay, she's my favorite person. So I'm trying to talk to her, to play with her, to do anything with her. She's the cutest.
Oh, so the babies definitely help. They help me too. Um, so, what role did political issues play in your life before this? Like politics.
What's what?
So, government. What role did government play in your life before the war? Like your own government.
Okay. If you mean about like, okay. If you mean about like Gaza was like the, that's how I understand the question. Oh, okay, let me see. So in Palestine we have like just two cities for Palestinian people, Palestinians people. We have West Bank and we have Gaza. So Gaza, of course, like each group, Hamas, they rule us, they rule Gaza. And in West Bank, there is another party called Fatah. So they are totally different. And we don't have the same thing, you know? Everything there, okay, we are Palestinians, but we are totally different in everything. So
Okay.
and that's what I hate the most, to be honest, because we can't do anything like together. For example, our education, our like health ministry, and all of these things. Try to imagine we have our own government and they have their own government because of Israel. They, you know, because of that, they forced us to live like that, to have two governments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have mixed feelings. I didn't know you had two governments. I did know that your current government was elected in 2006, 2007, and there has been no election since then. I've had mixed feelings. I feel like, in one way, they were the first people to stand up against the occupation, but because of the way that things happened, it has hurt a lot too. So I have mixed feelings. I don't want to be offensive toward you because of that, so I'll keep those to myself. But I support the Palestinian people. You know, I don't know how to feel because I don't live there. I don't know, and I don't want to make it look worse than what it does. So we'll just go on past that. What is the best piece of advice that you have ever received?
My best advice. Okay, you know, like, okay, I want to tell you something. I remember like I was in, I think I was in the third year of university. Like I want to tell you something. I studied English literature at the beginning. I studied English literature like 3 years, but I didn't enjoy it at all because it's old English and like Shakespeare. I'm sorry, but Shakespeare and all of these things. So it was like for me it's boring, and I didn't enjoy it. So try to imagine, and I wasn't, you know, I want to tell you something. I wasn't very good at university. I'm like, in general, I'm good. I was good like at school, but in university, I wasn't good because of this thing, you know. So I decided that I want to switch at the third year. And it was like, try to imagine tough decisions because I want to, like, okay, I told you I studied 3 years. And for us, like universities, like, I don't know if the same in US or what, it's 4 years. We studied like 4 years at university for all like majors. Just we have medicine, you study 6 to 7 years, and for architecture, you study like architecture like 5 years. That's it. But all the major here 4 years. So I studied the 3 years, and it was tough decisions because if I want to study like if I want to switch, I will be another year at university. So try to imagine. And one of my doctors actually told me like it's life is very short. You know, life is very short. So you don't want to study something that you didn't enjoy it. What's the reason? Because you want to lose another year in your life in something you didn't enjoy it. So what's the reason? No, life is very short, so you can switch to another like major, and you can choose whatever you want. And yes, actually, I did it. I switched it, and actually, it wasn't easy for me because you know my friends graduated like a year previous. For example, like my friends graduated in 2020, and for me, I graduated in 2021. It was like a hard decisions because we don't have the same graduation party, but that's fine. I did it and I graduated, you know. So life is very short. Yes, life is very short, to be honest.
It's really great. So I think probably mine would be forgive people who don't ask for forgiveness. Because for my own mental health, I have to forgive people that don't deserve it. You know what I mean? That's just my best. And my mom kind of taught me that. Just even if someone doesn't apologize, I have to forgive them for my own mental health. You know? No, that's mine. Just wanted to share with you.
That's how we believe in our.
What was it? That's how you believe in your religion?
Yes, that's how we believe. We want to forgive all people, you know.
Yeah. Oh, same here. Surprise! Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna try to get past this. What event in life has brought you the most happiness? What has made you the happiest in life?
Life, the happiness. Okay. I mentioned that before, but I told you, my family, being with my
Yeah.
family, actually, this is my happiness. For me, okay, a lot of people will choose money, blah blah blah. Of course, we can choose all of these things because, of course, these things make us happy. But for me, family, they're because for me they are everything. And I told you, especially my dad.
Yeah. I love it that you're so close to your dad. Um, you have answered so many of these questions that so you're good at interviews because you answer the questions before I even ask them. Hold on. Okay. So I guess you belonged to a higher social class growing up, didn't you? Like you already said, your family owned these businesses and things. So you were probably were you popular in school? Smart and did you have
Yeah.
lots of friends?
You know what? It's not because I'm popular because we are famous and things like that. It's just because one reason. Because Gaza is tiny. So all of us here in Gaza we know each other. So this is the only reason, you know. Gaza is very tiny and we are living in open air prison. So we have maybe two or three companies for perfumes, makeup and cosmetics and our company is the largest, so that's why and because of my family, I told you, because we are originally from Gaza, so all of my ancestors, all of my family, we are in Gaza, so we live here, so because of that.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you have any? Do you have any annoying habits or strange things that you like to do?
I don't know how you see it, you say it, but I used to eat my nails, I don't know how to say it, or
Like like your nails?
when I or,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 this is it.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
have
maybe.
any scars?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do do you have any scars on your body? Like bad things
No.
happen, like this scar? No.
Maybe maybe yeah. I think 2 years ago, yes. I closed the window in my finger. So yeah, maybe in my finger. So that's it.
Yeah.
This is it.
I know it's
I
a
didn't
weird
hurt
question.
anything. I didn't do anything in my body. Alhamdulillah. Until now, I didn't do anything.
Um, is there
Wasn't
anything
naughty,
that
to be
you?
honest. I was naughty.
Oh. If I ask anything that is offensive, you do not have to answer. Okay, I don't want to offend you, so just tell me. Just be like, no, too much.
Of course.
um,
Don't worry. I'll tell you if I don't want to answer.
okay. Um, did you? Well, I don't know. That might be offensive. Um, yeah, I'm not going to ask that one. So, what is your biggest regret in life? What do you regret the most?
Regret. What's the biggest regret in my life? Okay, let me think about it. I don't know. I'm sure I have a lot of things, because I'm a human, of course. But let me remember these things. Okay, maybe because I studied, the first thing that I studied English literature. Maybe, yes, to be honest. I told you, okay,
Yeah.
I enjoyed my graduation party, but it was my dream to have it with my friends, and I was alone, because, yeah, and maybe this is it. I have a lot of things, but, I can't focus right now, to be honest.
No, I'm the same. It's hard. What was that? Do you want to share your worst memory?
Worst memory in my life. Okay, maybe it's okay. Worst memory. Okay, maybe in 2027 there is something. 2017, sorry, there is something happened with me when. Okay, I don't know what happened with me. Okay, but I was very depressed, at that year, and I hit this year. I hit to remember like this year, and I was suffering. It was the first time that I suffered from panic attacks and these things, and I didn't know anything about panic attacks. And I went to a lot of doctors, heart, for like eyes, for everything. I went to more than 20 doctors to see like, okay, I'm suffering, but I don't know like the symptoms. I don't know why I'm suffering from all of these things. And I was young. I was like 18 years old, So maybe this is the worst thing that happened in my life because, to be honest, I lost maybe a year in my life. I really did do nothing. It was the first year at university, and I didn't go to university. I am like I took everything online, so maybe it's the worst thing that happened to me. Yeah, I had this year. I don't, and maybe this year also, 2024. So I have 2 years. I lost 2 years in my life now.
Yeah. So
October 7th. October 7th.
when were you introduced to social media? Did you have social media
What?
before? Did you? Did
Yes.
you?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I have like okay, I have Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and all of these things, but all of them like are private. And for me, to be honest, okay, I'm like such a person. I love talking to people and things like that, but I hate to share my life. What's the reason to share
Yeah.
my life with people? So yes, it's the first time that I'm public. Like I have an account public. It was on April when I decided that I want to open TikTok. But all of my accounts right now, they are private, just TikTok. It's public. So it's the first time for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine
Yeah.
too. Me too. The same here. Um, so we've already covered this. Did you say you had a husband? Have you ever had a significant other?
Have I ever what?
You were married?
No, no, no. I'm single.
No.
No, no,
Okay. Have you ever been in love?
no, no.
No. Okay.
Not yet.
Uh,
I'm not until
not.
now, to be honest. Not
Yeah,
yet.
not ready. uh, so I feel like I already know the answer. This is saying, who would you turn to if you were in need of help? I feel like that would be your dad, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. You know the question. Like, you know the answer now. You know it.
Good morning, Lena. Um, do you enjoy interacting in large groups of people, or would you prefer to be alone?
Yeah, no, I enjoy talking to people. Of course, I enjoy
Yeah.
talking to people. Yeah, like when I was in my home, like when I was in my home, when I was in Gaza, when I was in like my life before the war, I used to enjoy it. That's the reason why I love my work, and my work is everything for me because I want to deal with different people. So try to imagine I work like 8 to 9 hours a day, and my work is just about talking to people and to give them tips how to use makeup and things like that. So I love people, and of course I have my own space, but it's not like 24 hours. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I love that. So, you are you have you took on leadership roles like just naturally in your life? Like, have you always been a leader?
Like, what do you mean? Uh,
Like boss. Like, do you feel like you take control of situations? Like,
okay. Uh, okay, I want to tell you something. To be honest, I love being a boss, to be honest. And this, I can do it because of my personality. And that's easy. I can say it, I love these things. I love like to talk, like, okay, but but yes. And in my work, I was like a boss because, yes, I was in the makeup section. I was working like with there is another girl and she worked with me in the same place. So I was like, I don't want to say like a boss, but maybe yes. Like I can give her like tips and things like that. So, but I love being. I told you I'm like that. So he's a boss. So I want to be like him.
yeah, you're a queen. You're a queen. Alrighty. Okay, so what is what would be like a normal day for you before this? What would your normal day be like?
Okay. So for me, actually, I'm a night person. Actually, I had to wake up early. I don't. I love to stay like up like late. I don't know why, but like this is my life. This was my life before the war. So, for example, I used to wake up, for example, at 8 or 9 a.m. And of course, I took my lunch and I take my lunch and my breakfast and these things. And after that, I go to my work. My work starts at used to start at 11 or 12 p.m. to until like 9 to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So, and like most of my days, actually, it wasn't my work. And after that, I returned to my home and I used to sleep at, for example, 2 or 3 a.m., you know?
Yeah.
So, and of course, after I return like to my home, I, for example, eat my, for example, lunch. I talk to my family, like access internet and things like that. But it was all of it. It was about work. And I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. I was very happy in my life. I was satisfied.
Yeah. What is your greatest strength? Like your greatest strength?
Wow. Let me think about it. I I don't know. I don't know, to be honest.
I think it is
Okay,
your. I think it's your optimism, your personality. In my opinion, I don't know. I think you're outgoing. You're. Yeah. I don't know.
maybe yeah. Maybe yeah. Maybe I wanna tell you something. I used to be. I don't know if I'm still positive or not, but I used to be a positive person. I love being happy. I love this like feeling. So I'm trying to enjoy a little details in my life, even if it's sometimes okay, sometimes it's silly things, But I really enjoyed it because this is my life and I choose it. So maybe yes, I used to be like positive, and now actually I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
yeah.
Alrighty. What's your biggest weakness?
Weakness. My biggest weakness. Um, Maybe because it's easy for me to cry, and I hate this thing. And for me,
Me too.
actually, I don't know if it's. Yes, I hit it. I want to tell you something. To be honest, sometimes when I record a video and I want to post it on like TikTok, sometimes I record the videos, and because I say something and it touched my heart, it touched my heart. So I like cry or things like that. But I didn't post anything like that. I hate to post videos when I'm crying because what's the reason? I hate when people feel pity for us or for me, to be honest. So no, maybe yes, I can. Like it's easy for me to cry when I feel like when I hear something like touch my heart. So it's easy for me, and I think I don't know if it's weakness, but for me, yes, I think it's weakness because sometimes I can't control my feelings. My
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks. We have a lot in common. We have so much in common. Are you a Sagittarius? Were you born in December?
No, May,
No.
May
You're a Taurus?
first.
Oh, okay. Uh,
Gemini.
Gemini. Yeah. So we're opposite. Me and you are opposite. I'm Sagittarius, he's Gemini. Opposite. Polar opposite. So,
Oh, okay.
uh, what three words would you use to describe your personality?
No, maybe okay. Before I want to tell you like three words before the war. I love these words. Like I love these like things in my personality. I'm patient, to be honest. Before the war, and now I'm more patient, to be honest. Patient everywhere, patient. Um, Positive. Uh, I don't know if I can say it, but yeah, I'm humble. I love talking to people, and I don't feel like, for example, for example, we have a lot of friends. Like I have a lot of friends, so I don't care, for example, if they're like, for example, poor, rich, blah blah blah, these things. And I'm trying to talk to different people, so maybe yes, I love this thing. So I feel like I'm humble. Yeah, I love talking to people in general.
Yeah. Thank you. Those are good answers. If you could choose, how would you want your life to end? I know another hard one, but
Yeah, it's a scary question, but yeah. Okay. No, no, don't worry. Okay. Maybe I want to choose to be okay. I want to choose to be like, for example, okay, I want to choose to be like Muslim at the end of my life, all of my life. I don't want to switch my religion. I don't want, and because sometimes we don't know what will happen in our life, so maybe we can like switch to another like religion. So for me, no, it's my dream to die, and I'm a Muslim, to be honest. Things like that, it's my dream. For example, I don't know if I will achieve it or not, of course. To die, for example, in for example, 80 or things like that. Because I want to achieve a lot of things in my life. I want to have a big family. So yes, and this is one of my dreams. And I have another thing. If I want to get married, so I want like it to die after my husband because I don't want him to, for example, to get mad because of me. I know these are silly things, but like this is that's how I think.
no, I feel the same way. So you do want to find love and get married and have a family one day?
Yeah, yeah, of course. And I think this is natural for us as a human being.
Yes, yes, I do too. Yeah. So I know in the Muslim religion that it is acceptable for one man to have up to four wives. Would you be okay with that?
I will kill him actually. I will kill him if he think about like this thing.
That's
No,
what I always get
no,
that. So have
no.
you
For me,
ever?
that's all. I'm the one, and the only. That's it.
I agree. I always ask my friends that question, and I always get the same answer. Um, um,
Yeah.
what is if you could choose one thing that you would be remembered for in this life? What do you want to be remembered for?
Like a lot of people, for example, when I want, for example, I will die, think that will they will remember me.
Mhm.
Um, maybe being, as I said, maybe being kind person, or yes, maybe being a good person or kind person. Because okay, we are not perfect. I'm not perfect. I have a lot of things in my life. I have a lot of things, a lot of like, I did a lot of things in my life, and they're not good. And of course, I'm not perfect. So a lot of people, okay, I have a lot of people, they love me, and I have a lot of them, they hate me, and they hate my personality. But for example, for me, no, I'm trying to be kind. So maybe they want to like to remember me as a kind person, and I'm trying to help people. So yeah, because I love being
Oh,
kind. So yeah.
that's you. Um, Alrighty, so I think like I've went through these. I think I've pretty much got you've answered everything that all the other questions that I might have had between the questions. So it's up to you if you want to stay here and hang out for a little while longer, or what you want to do. I think you do better on your lives than I do in here, so you could probably go start your own live if that was what you wanted to do, and try to get some better support. Um, it's up to you, though.
Thank you very much. Okay, but I want to mention something. You asked me,
Okay.
do you mind like your like husband for the future husband will have like four women because it's in the Arab world? Okay, I want to tell you something. It's not all of men like this in like in Palestine, in Gaza. So it's in
Yeah.
Gaza. It's not common. In Palestine, it's not common to have four or three like girls. And we have, for example, in like our religion, it's like okay, it's acceptable for you as a man to have four or three or two women, but of course you should have like there is conditions why you want to have this girl.
Equal.
Maybe yes, balance. It's about balance. So for example, it's your dream to have okay. I want to tell you something. What I hate the most here, in the Arab world in general, they love boys more than girls. Or it's, for example, they prefer to have baby boys like more than baby girls, which is
Uh,
not all of them, of course, but yes,
yeah.
they prefer it because they thought it's because of money. So, for example, when the dad will like die, so his son will take the money and he will continue his like the same, like for example, work, company, things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so sometimes, for example, they get married because the first like woman, she like give him like two or three, four like daughters, and he needs like the son. He needs the son. So because of that, he got married to the another woman. For me, actually, I feel like he insults like when he did this thing, he insults like his partner, and for me, no. Even if okay, it's acceptable, but it's not obligation. It's like optional. It's
Right.
up to you. But for me, no, no, I won't accept it at all. Before or after me, to be honest, like try to imagine he will be like get divorced and he will like marry me. No,
We
and
have
this
that
is my
here.
opinion.
We have that here too. We have Mormon religion, and they can have 100 wives. They can have as many as they want. Yeah. So it's just a part of, it's a sect of Christianity called Mormon, and they can have as many wives as they want. It's called, yeah, just Mormon. And they call each other sister wives. They're okay with it. They all live in one house, raise babies together. So yeah, it happens here too. Not very common, but like in the Midwest. So yeah, it's not just there; it's here too. Um, we actually have a few different religions that are like that. So is there any advice that you would want to give me?
Advice I want to give you. Uh, I don't know if I have advice to give you, but I really appreciate like you because you're as you told me before the war you didn't know anything about, for example, religion, about Palestine and things like that, and now you know a lot of things. I saw your videos, actually. I saw that you use a lot of words. What I love the most, like a lot of my friends now, they use like Arabic words like inshallah, mashallah, things like that, and oh my god, a lot of people they use these words. So for me, actually, this is fun. uh, Advice I want to give you, like maybe no, but oh, maybe yeah. I have one advice to like family first. If you
Yeah,
wanna do anything in your life, choose like family. So they're like your priority. If you wanna do anything, for example, if you wanna have another work, if you wanna do anything, you wanna, for example, move to another like, for example, city or things like that. So you have to ask your partner and your kids if they want to or not. So for me, I think like your family first, and like take a lot of time with them, because as I told you, life is very short. You know, life is very short. Maybe in a moment we can lose our lives. It's not about just, it's not about war. Maybe like it's about like accident, it's about cancer, it's about anything. We know that it's not, we can't like predict what will happen to you, you know that.
yeah,
So life is very short. So put your family first.
that's
So
very
that's what I
good.
want to.
So
Yeah.
do you know of any, like we are over here trying to come up with solutions or like how ways we could help long term or try to do better to fix what's going on, because most of our people want these things to stop. But it's our government, it's their government, it's your government, it's all of our government that is corrupted everywhere. Do you know of any like ideas for long term solutions or things we could do in America that would help more?
You know, it's about, it's about protesting. It's about protesting. It's about like to speak up, to say that I don't want this thing. I know that it's hard for you as an like American people, because they will like arrest you or things like that. It's tough, and it's hard for you to speak up. But yes, it's about like speaking up. So you want to protest, for example. You want to share, like you want to share stories. You want to talk more about Palestine, because maybe because of you, like you can change minds. Because a lot
Yeah.
of people don't know anything about Palestine until now. For example, when I go live, a lot of people ask me where the questions, and okay, for me it's weird, but for them it's fine because they don't know these like these things, But yeah, when they ask me like Palestine, it's in Asia or Africa, or for example, when they ask me what's your like language, or like what's your religion or things like that, I know that they don't know. Sometimes they don't know. They support, like they want to support me, but they don't know these things. And for me, these things are like weird, because I told you when I was a child, they taught me a lot of things about religions, about like we talk, for example, the history of US, So I know a lot of things about US, and a lot of people don't know that there is a country called Palestine in this world.
Yeah, well, that is part of why I wanted to do this because somewhere in United States history, they have erased a lot of things from our history books. Like we came here and we took this land. Well, like my ancestors took this land from Native Americans, um, and that is not in our history books. Like they make it look like we came over here and they taught us how to plant corn and we just were friends and it was a friendly relationship. We came over here and wiped them off of this part of the earth. There's barely any Native Americans left. We get sunburnt because we're not supposed to be here. You know what I mean? We get burned by the sun because we are English people. We're Irish people. And yeah, it's just
Yeah.
so that's a big part of the reason that I wanted to do this series and write this book, because if it is left out of our history books, oh, thank you for that. If it's left out of our history books, then I want it to be documented. I want at least this much, at least my part of this time in history. I want my kids to know when they grow up if it's not in the history books here, because we're not taught these kinds of things, and we
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah. And that's what I love. I told you, I really appreciate these things. Because I told you, a lot of people here, what I love the most, like, thank God, alhamdulillah, it's actually, we're grateful because of Gaza. You know why? Because In Gaza, they taught us everything. So I told you when I was a child, actually, until now, in our schools, we taught the history of US, UK, like for example, Spain. We taught the history of a lot of countries about Palestine. So if you ask any kid, actually, any kid, and he's 5, 6 years old about the history of Palestine, any question, he will tell you, try, or she or he will tell you, try to imagine. And they are kids, but that's what I love the most. We are proud of our history. We're proud of it. So we're trying to raise our children to know these things, to know like this war, or for example, it's not, I don't want to say conflict because it's not conflict, it's not a war, it's genocide. It's not about religion at all, Justin. You know why? Because I remember, like at the beginning of the war, the war started on October 7th. On October 14th, they destroyed a hospital called Al Ma'badani Hospital, and it's a hospital for Christian people. And they were a lot of Christian people there, displacement people, and they killed them, and more than 100, I think, people. Like they killed more than 100 people, and they are Christian. So it's not about
Yeah.
religion. Our life, it's this war. It's not about religion at all. They want to control us. They want to take Palestine because of its location, the strategic location. Because of we have everything in Palestine, about vegetables, fruits, and things like that. Do you know that? I don't know if you know it or not. Before the war, Israel used to take their vegetables and fruits from Gaza. Try to imagine. They take everything from Gaza, but they're liar and they pretend it's no. It's like the opposite. But no, we know it. We know the truth. We are in the situation.
Yes, I think that was I think that Gaza has started a worldwide revolution because I don't know if you see it, but in Bangladesh, in Kenya, in the UK, here in the United States, there are revolutions happening as we speak because like we have elections coming up in 60 days, 59 days, and we get to vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Either way, they're horrible people. I mean, we also have Jill Stein, who is, we're trying to get Jill Stein in there. She has chosen a Muslim vice president. We think it would be amazing, but our government has made it almost impossible because they have been bought and paid for by Israel, just like the UK, just like all of these other countries. Do you know that the United States gave the richest billionaire in Israel rights to the minerals in the Congo, where they use child slaves to mine diamonds and uranium to make us pretty watches or diamond rings for our, yeah. So I mean, the United States and Israel has been in cahoots for so long, and I'm sure that the corruption will end soon. And I think that Gaza has opened the world's eyes to that. So I mean, hopefully it doesn't have to get more violent. Hopefully we can do this peacefully. That's why I always ask for ideas for long-term solutions because I don't want more violence. No more sadness. No more crying. We just want this to stop. We want good government.
But you know what? I want to tell you something. To be honest, we have these things. These things happened. Like, I mean, this genocide started, okay? And, I want to tell you something that in our Holy Quran, we believe that this thing will happen. We know it. We know that there is a war will happen to Palestine because Palestine will be free. And I want to shock you because we know that this is not the last war. And we have another war. And after that, Palestine will be free. So we know that we lose a lot of people and we know that they will destroy a lot of things. But after that, we believe that Palestine will be free. And we believe that, to be honest, Israel, maybe I think it needs 3 to 4 years. And after that, there is nothing called Israel in this world. That's what we believe in our religion as
That's what we believe. That's what we believe in our religion too. So we believe that, if you don't mind me sharing, we believe that right now there's somebody standing in the way of the Dajjal or the Antichrist coming back. And we believe that most people in Gaza, or what we would call Judea or Ashdod, Ashkelon, Rafah in the Bible, we believe that it tells us that people will have to flee to their rooftops. They won't be able to go find their families, things like this, and that most people, we call it the Valley of Dry Bones. Have you ever heard of that? So
No.
we believe that when Jesus comes back, all of the people who have worshiped God, they will be brought back. They will be his chosen people, and they will be brought back to life. God will breathe life into them, and he will bring them up to Jannah, heaven, whatever you want to call it, to be with him. And we believe that that's all of us, not only Gaza, not only Palestine, but anybody who followed God, you know? So,
Yeah, that's how we believe. And to be honest, I'm shocked because it's the first time that I know these things. So it's like the same. It's like the same as
Yeah.
us. We believe that. Okay, we believe that there is another war, and after that, the judgment day will happen. Like, and we know what will happen in the judgment day. Like, Prophet Jesus will return, and after that, we want to walk in the path. So we want to go to Jannah or like hell, and we know these things. But as you said, like it's about our hearts. It's about if you follow God or not. It's not about like anything else. So that's how we believe in like God. And Alhamdulillah, we are like grateful because there is God who like judge us. Instead, we want to judge each other. So this is our fault. So yeah.
Alhamdulillah. I love. I was just telling my mother-in-law yesterday. I think it is so beautiful, the devotion and that you guys have for God. It's almost every sentence you hear mashallah or inshallah or alhamdulillah. You know what I mean? Every time you speak, you, even through the worst parts of life, you are giving God praise and worship, and I think that is so beautiful. You guys have a devotion that it's inspiring to me. Even though I don't believe exactly like you believe, I believe that we will be together one day in paradise with our God. You know, I do. I believe that. Inshallah.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I love the most? I think 2 or 3 days ago, I released like I received like, there is a comment on my live. A girl like asked me, "Do you like blame God because of this war? Like, do you curse God?" Try to imagine. She asked me these questions, and that's fine for her to ask these questions. I told her, "No, of course not. Of course not. I want to tell you something. We are dying here. Wallah, we are dying. You know, I'm talking to you, and I don't know if I will live like in 5 minutes or an hour, or they will kill me. But you know, if I want to say something, we pray, and we pray more in this war. We read Holy Quran even more actually before the war. We're trying to ask God about like God, we are tired, and we like that's enough. But we said it in a polite way because we know that there is a purpose. What's like why God like started this war. So we're trying to be polite. We're trying. If there is something happened to us, for example, when I hear that they killed like a person, like our loved ones or a friend or things like that, if they destroyed something that related to us, for example, when I told you they like destroyed everything for us, for example, my warehouses and things like that. We say like Alhamdulillah, because I told you like I'm grateful because we are still alive. That's what I really need, you know. You know, just I can rebuild. We can rebuild our government.
Yeah.
We can, we can rebuild like our homes. We can build Gaza again. We can do anything else. But I can't have my family again. I can't have my family again. So because of that, we are grateful, and of course, because of that, we want to thank God because I'm lucky. Until now, I'm lucky because I did not lose any one of my family members. You know.
Yeah. you're the first person I've talked to
Yeah.
that has. So yes, you're definitely God is looking on your family. God is watching your family, and I hope He continues to do that. So yeah, I guess I will. I guess I'm finished. If there's anything else you'd like to talk about, you're definitely welcome to. Um, are you
Nothing.
good?
We're good. We're good.
Alrighty.
I
Well,
think we
thank
talked about
you.
everything. So thank you very
Thank
much,
you
Justin.
so much. Guys, if you're in here and you're not already following Ghada, please go over there and follow her and make sure to help her if you can. Uh, uh, I love you guys for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of this. Hopefully, we can continue to do this. But yes, make sure you're going and following her and trying to help share her content, share her stories and stuff. Because if that's all you can do, it's enough. And yes, hopefully, this will all be over soon. But thank you so much for being a part of this. You don't know how much it means to me, and I loved hearing about your life before the bad stuff.
Yeah, of course. Det gjorde det actually. You make me like feel I'm much better. So thank you very much, Justin. And I really
If
appreciate
you
talking to you. So of course we can do it again.
if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here. I will send you my number after this. If you want, you can add me on WhatsApp. If you go to start having a panic attack, I've been there too. I will go through breathing exercises with you if we need to, or we can talk. You can just scream at me. I don't care. But yes, thank you again for being here.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye, guys. Thank you, guys.